chocolates.
Doth mother know you weareth her drapes?
Life moves pretty fast. You don't stop and look around once in a while, you could miss it.
It's the Al Travis Show, and we've got her, Senator Karin Housley. Senator, it seems like too long. How are you doing?
I am good. I know I missed a week in there, so sorry. And now you have Eric Lucero, one of my favorites as a regular. I almost lost my spot to Eric Lucero.
You almost did, but yeah, he's going to come on a regular because we get him in a couple of times because of your lack of wanting to be on. And he is fantastic. So we found a spot for him. He's going to be on regularly. Now, that being said, literally just minutes ago, here's flashing news, he announced his run for re-election.
Oh, so I guess I got to do that too, don't I?
Well, here's the problem.
We can do it right here on the Al Travis Show.
Please feel free when you want to. I would like to bust that news out. Here's the issue with that, though. I got to get with the old FCC guys and find out how far out I got to then kick all of you off the show for when you run. There's windows where you. Yeah, so at some point, sayonara, you're out of here. And now I just got Eric signed up, and he'll be gone.
You only have to give his opponent equal time.
Senator Housley, how many hours do you think there are a week that I can get all of you guys on and then your opposition? It's kind of like the governor's race, right? There are 12 of them in there. I get one of them on the show. I got to give up 6 hours just to fill that. Right. So I got them. Right. It'll be interesting to see.
Okay, so I won't announce until like June 5th, the last.
I don't know if it's
day.
Announcing that does it. I think there's a window, 90 days in front of one or whatever. Oh. I'll get it figured out. There's all kinds of rules.
Oh my gosh, what are you going to do? You're going to get a bunch of has-been legislators.
It's going to be, that's what it'll be. Guys who used to be, and then they can comment. I don't know. We've done it before, but the problem is, in 2020 we did that, and that was also COVID. But there are many more people lying around doing nothing. It was easy to get guests. Don't worry about it. I'll get that figured out.
Okay, I was a little stressed.
Your thoughts on your Minnesota Viking perfect game yesterday? Was there anything wrong with that ball game yesterday?
No, that was. There was one thing wrong. It was a little bit late in the season.
That's
could have used that maybe a little earlier. No, JJ McCarthy. Oh, so cute. He's just the cutest little bug. So it was great to see him like settle into his role again, a little late, but getting a feel for it. And then we have like Rip Van Winkle, whatever that guy's name is, Andrew Van Ginkel, Rip Van Winkle. See his interception? I just love that guy.
Okay, that little bug thing's going to show up on his locker because you said that. The state senator called you the cutest little bug. That is not exactly what a pro football quarterback is looking to be nicknamed.
I'm sure his great auntie from Cincinnati calls him that too. Cutest little bug.
So let me ask you this, because you are married to one of the greatest all-around coaches, my buddy Phil, and I presume you guys talk, how you guys would do things. Do you think that this game was enough to get JJ had the weight of the world on his shoulders, right? I mean, 6 games in, and was he a good pick in first round? Was this good enough for him to say, hey, I can play in the league now and build that confidence up? It was a good game for him. It wasn't fantastic, but it was a darn good game for him.
Well, and it is unfortunate that couldn't have happened sooner for him, but yeah, there's still a couple games left that he can continue to build that confidence. I thought it was really good for him, because had he not yesterday, that would have been real bad. So yeah, I think now that he's just settled in and his nerves are a little bit more calm, that I think that did give him some confidence. So going forward, he'll be better. He'll get there. He's just
he's the cutest little bug, and I don't want him to be squashed too early. That is so funny.
See?
That's going to be on his locker. I don't want him to get squished early. But that's a lot of pressure on a 24-year-old kid that he comes in here in Minnesota saying, did we waste all of it? I was very happy for him. The rest of the team did fine. I think that works as well. We're not going to the playoffs, so it doesn't really matter. Let's build on this.
I was thinking yesterday after the game, and then he was going to go home and have dinner with family and friends. It just had to be like this huge weight lifted off the shoulder, and I'm sure the conversation was much lighter than it's been the last 6 weeks. It just had to be a huge weight lifted off. So hopefully it continues for the little bug.
on Karin's calling him little bug. I love that. That is fantastic. Now, something you told me to do before you left, then I did it, and we haven't talked about it. You said a couple of weeks ago you got to watch the show. My mom or my mother, Jane.
My mom, Jane.
Yeah, and it's
Jane
not spelled
Mansfield.
Yeah, it was Jane Mansfield, and you were you're going to cry. So that very night, the wife and I were sitting downstairs, and I said, "Hey, we got to watch this. There's nothing on. Let's just get through it." Housley said I had to. We both sat and watched that thing. That was about as enjoyable a documentary kind of thing can be. In that I learned a ton.
Go the other route.
No, I learned a ton. You were all about you're going to cry at the end. I did not cry. I'm a man. Okay, first off. Maybe a little misty, but I had some allergy issues that day. A lot of stuff. But great show. I thought I knew a lot about that era and those people. I had no idea.
Same. No idea.
Yeah.
No idea. Jane Mansfield, who was sort of the Plan B Marilyn Monroe.
Yeah.
Gorgeous. But her story, and then Mariska Hargitay, who knew? I never knew Mariska Hargitay was her daughter. And then the twist at the end that I don't want to let the listeners.
Yes.
But it was a twist. And a true story. Yeah.
You think of pinup gal. How flippin' smart was this woman? Spoke how many languages, played the violin. I'm like, are you kidding? Jane Mansfield? This is she? Yeah, a great movie. Thanks for the suggestion.
Yeah, she was so smart. Yeah. And then she just came off in interviews as the bleach blonde bubblehead. Yeah. And she was so smart. Oh, I'm gonna now recommend it to more people now that it's passed your test, because I thought you were gonna say that was the dumbest documentary.
Wife right next to me sat there and generally get on the phone. We just watched it. It was very entertaining. You kind of know the tragedy and how it works. So it wasn't like it was just I don't like saying it's entertaining.
Okay, but I have to say, because one of the shocking moments when Jane Mansfield gets in the car accident.
Yeah.
And the ambulance comes to the scene, and the 3 adults in the front are dead, and they find the 2 kids in the back, and then the kids are going to the hospital, and the one boy says, "Where's my sister?"
Yeah.
And she's underneath the front seat of the car, a little 2-year-old baby. I was like, they left her at the scene, lodged under. Oh my gosh, I can't even. Yeah. And her mom's dead in the front seat.
So
and that's not the twister.
No, it is, again, very good show. I will take, after, my church group and I chatted about you because you made me watch The Golden Bachelor, and after our church group got 4 or 5 gals, their mothers came up. So that was just me and 7 gals or whatever. And we got chatting about things we binge watched or whatever, and I said the worst thing ever was The Golden Bachelor, and I had to tell them why, because you made me watch it. They were laughing. They said, "You watched Golden Bachelor?" I said, terrible.
I actually think you made me watch it, but whatever. We don't have to argue about that. I'm glad my mom Jane was a recommendation that passed the snuff test.
It was very good.
Al Travis.
Let me throw one at you though. Are you a Stranger Things gal? Have
no.
you and your Okay, got to get you and my buddy to watch it. Stranger Things. You have to catch up. I mean, this is the 4th season. It's not terribly long. My wife, not much of a sci-fi gal, but we got watching it, and she got in with the characters, and we were fine. And now this last season, they dropped 4 of them on Thanksgiving night. So we binge watch that next weekend. Boom, 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 boom. They're dropping 4 on Christmas. So that weekend we'll watch 4. And then the finale is on New Year's Day. Go catch up. I think you'll like it. I'm loving it. My wife's watching it, and she's not a sci-fi gal, but you like the characters.
Strange. Everybody was talking about it on Thanksgiving, and they could hardly wait. And I was like, I'm not a sci-fi person either. So your wife's not, and she's okay with it?
Yeah, because of the kids. It's kind of like in modern day Goonies, back when the kids were, you like the children that are there. I mean, this sounds terrible, and I'm sorry, but one of the main characters has a lisp. And you're thinking as an actor, right? You're going to be an actor, and you got this terrible lisp going on. You're never going to get a job. And he gets in this movie, and he's the greatest kid. It's so much fun. I'm like, where else would he have gotten a job except on a show called Stranger Things? You love the characters.
Do you think that lisp is an act?
No, I'm under the impression that That's what he's got. He's just a guy with a list that wanted to be an actor. And how many of those spots show up on TV?
Well, zero.
Yeah.
But I just don't know if you've been duped, and he really doesn't have a list. I'm
crap.
going to go Google that.
You know what? I'm going to Google that on the break and see if oh, man, if I'm being duped, I might have to change my whole opinion on the whole thing.
Yeah,
oh,
I know.
Senator. I was.
Oh, come on, Al, you got to think one level deeper. That's only a half a level deep there.
Okay. I'm not the deepest thinker. I'll think my buddy Phil would tell you that. Let's go to break. I'm going to check that out right now. Does he really have a list? Back after this.
If it's your turn to host a game, Grandpa's Barbecue suggests you try something different. Put out the perfect barbecue flavor of Grandpa's Barbecue. Add it to your ribs, dip the meatballs, or drench your wings in the original flavor of Grandpa's Barbecue. It isn't too hot or spicy, fruity or smoky or whatever. Grandpa's Barbecue. Available in select stores and online at grandpasbarbecueshop.com.
Chanhassen Dinner Theater's gift cards make perfect holiday gifts because everyone loves the gift of live entertainment. Used for any current or upcoming show, incredible concerts, Stevie Ray's Comedy Cabaret, or main stage musicals like White Christmas, or the upcoming high-rolling Broadway hit, Guys and Dolls. Chanhassen Dinner Theater's gift cards are available in any amount, never expire, and are always the right size and color. Easy too. Order by phone or online at chanhassendt.com. Chanhassen Dinner Theaters, always entertaining you.
The Al Travis Show, the last place you can go and hear all sides. Respectful, thoughtful, and grateful.
I am going to burn in hell, and it's because of Senator Karin Housley. So I'm literally typing in, does the guy in Stranger Things have a list, an actual list? And what's funny is I'm obviously not the first one to type it in because I didn't even finish it. It populated. Dusty, Stranger Things has a mild list and a bone dental thing. A rare condition, I can't pronounce it, CCD, and they incorporated it in there to make him a unique character, and I'm literally shouting, yeah! I was so happy, and I'm like, I literally just cheered that this poor kid's got this.
I have
what
never
a box,
seen
Housley!
In a break, be so giddy, like you could hardly wait to get back to the show so you could tell me that, this guy has a list.
That's how I know I'm going to burn. I literally was so excited that I was correct and I wasn't duped, and this poor kid's got to go through. Oh my God, Housley, that hurt.
Oh man, I'm sure he's a cute little bug, though. Whoever he is.
Watch the show; you'll instantly know which one I'm talking about. It won't be hard to figure out.
Well,
Oh
yeah,
my goodness.
that is
Wow.
so funny. I hope people saw you during the break because you were just like, I can hardly wait to tell you I was right.
I was so happy to be right, and then as we're getting closer to done, I'm like, I've got to mention that I was happy this poor kid's deformed.
Poor guy.
Oh well, okay, that's
Oh well,
who I
he got
am.
a job. He got a job,
And he does
That's
great. And
Like
again,
you
I
said.
love the show. He's one of the best characters on there. Yeah, watch the show. Stranger Things. We'll go from there. I got to ask you the $1 billion question today. Star and Tribune has their front page story. At least it was at 6:00. So I get it. They're digital, so I know that's changed. But their big story was President Donald Trump claims Democrats have allowed $1 billion heist to take place in Minnesota. And they run this huge article saying it may not be $1 billion. And it might be 146 here and this and this. It's like, but we have yet to confirm it's $1 billion. Senator, I don't want to be ripped off for $1.50. I'm
Right.
sure the world don't care if it only comes up to $900 million. Is the story seriously? We haven't got to
Yeah.
$1 billion yet. That's the story.
Well, that's the story that the Star Tribune wants you to be talking about, the shiny little object over here, so we
Thank you.
can't really look at all the fraud that is happening in our state in every single different agency. If you filed a police report and you said someone has stolen $100,000 from me, and then the police come back and say, you know what, it's really only $95,000.
Yeah.
Is that really? No, someone has been stealing from me. Somebody is stealing from me, and they need to go to jail. And when the U.S. attorney says it's $1 billion and they need to go to jail, not Governor Walz, but the U.S. attorney says it, I'm pretty sure it's close to $1 billion and even more because we haven't even uncovered it all. But the Star Tribune's doing their little fancy dance and trying to get you to start talking at your dinner table tonight. It's not $1 billion.
See, but that's the craziness of this is that it could be $1 billion, could be absolutely $1 billion, but we'll never get every single human that stole some money, right? We've got the big guys. If you got $14 million, if you got it on any program we're doing in the state, watch out. They're going to look at you first, right? I mean, because that's
Right.
the big money. That's where the Feeding Our Futures mucked up. They start going for the millions. If they had just kept month after month getting 40K, maybe 50 on this month, 30 this month, and just took us for numbers that didn't stand out, we'd never find them. It's
Well, do you
agreed.
ever think, like, it's happening right now somewhere? They're getting the 40K, the 50K,
that's-
just under the radar. It's happening right now. We just don't know where because the Walz administration doesn't really know how to detect fraud, obviously.
They think it's somewhere because it's the idea that they shut down this disabled housing helper program for 6 months. They turned that off for 6 months. They must know there's something rotten there. They just have to, because otherwise, if you're disabled and you need housing and this help, how do you turn it off for 6 months? I mean, if you can do it for 6 months, turn it off all year. We don't need it.
Well, and what I'm really worried about is yes, absolutely. They actually should shut down a lot of them and really go look to see what the 40, 50,000 that's coming out every month in each of these agencies. But you heard Ilhan Omar on that TV show the other day saying the reason that she thinks there was fraud was because these programs were started so quickly and there just wasn't time to get it all working. Yeah, to put the guardrails on. Paid family medical leave is right for fraud. It starts January 1st, and that thing was pushed so fast. We just passed it in 2023, not the Republicans, the Democrats, where you can stay home for up to 12 weeks if you have a family member that you need to take care of because you're sick. And I'm not saying that's a bad program, but the way they're paying for it and the employee and the employer, it's going to break a lot of small businesses. But they still have yet to tell us if illegal aliens or undocumented workers, do they get this too?
They could tell you they won't.
Yeah.
Here's one you didn't know.
They're
Let me throw this out.
telling you yet, though. They won't.
Do you know if you had a child in 2025, you can retroactively apply for staying at home with a new baby status in 2026? Name another program where, I don't know, I needed help for whatever. We'll get it for you for last year. When do we start doing this retroactive paying you?
And I hate to say this, But how many dead people's names are they going to find that said they had a baby in 2025 and
Well-
need to collect it? Like, I know there are no guardrails on this program because they
Well-
couldn't even tell us if they were going to be able to answer the phone on January 1st because so many people were going to be confused.
Let's go dead baby. And this is not to use my father's death as an issue, right? But Dad was sick for most of last year and passed. Can I go back and get 12 weeks of watching Dad funds because I had to go, you know what I'm saying, taking time off? And he's already dead,
Yeah.
but they wouldn't probably know that.
I'm sure somebody's going to be trying it to the tune of $40,000 a month.
See, that's
Going to be coming out the door. It is. I mean, I cannot believe that the Star Tribune is writing a story about it might not be $1 billion instead of, like, even Joe Souchere in the St. Paul Pioneer Press or TwinCities.com. He wrote, Governor Walz absolutely is a complete failure. He should not be running for a third term. He should step down now. But the Star Tribune, it was a good one. He writes some good ones. But the Star Tribune wants to take your eye off the ball and what's really happening in our state government with our tax dollars. And Governor Walz doesn't care, and they just want to brush it under the rug. And so they got somebody over there at the Star Tribune. I don't want to say who it might be, but it might be the publisher, to write the story the way they want to write it. So I gotta
go. I'm absolutely up against the break. I apologize. It was too fast because we literally did cheering that some poor kid has a handicap. You take me down some bad roads, Senator. Appreciate it. Senator Karin Housley on the Al Travis Show.